Thank you, Madam President. Members, I hope you will indulge me for a moment for a bit of digression into some political history. No misdirection, just the facts, ma'am. In 2008, Proposition 11 was put on the ballot to establish the Commission for Redistricting for state legislators, and I think also the BOE. And my friend from West Sacramento was correct in I think the Assembly Elections Committee yesterday when he said that that bill barely passed. It was definitely a squeaker, maybe less than 1% over 50%. That's correct. There is a rest of the story, though, which I'll get to in a moment. Importantly, one main opponent to that proposition was the California State Democratic Party. Well, what do you know? Now, fast forward, 2010. Proposition 20 was placed on the ballot to perhaps correct an incompletion of the previous Proposition 11 to add congressional districts to the Commission's responsibility. That's what we're talking about here, congressional districts, not what Proposition 11 did, only state offices, but congressional districts. Now the rest of the story. That proposition passed overwhelmingly, over 60% of the vote. Interestingly, there was very little opposition to that proposition. Now, this is important. There was a reason for that. What is the easiest way to defeat a proposition? That's where misdirection comes in. Confusion. There was also on that ballot Proposition 27, which proposed to completely abolish the Redistricting Commission. Get rid of it. Not maintain it, which we're talking about supposedly here, but get rid of it. The ostensible proponent for that in the literature was UCLA professor and former chair of the Fair Political Practices Commission, Daniel Lowenstein. But he said the real sponsors were Democratic members of Congress. Well, what do you know? The contributors to that campaign, which ranged from $5,000 to $225,000, were Judy Chu, Anna Eshoo, Zoe Lofgren, Nancy Pelosi, Doris Matsui, our own colleague here from San Pedro, who was in Congress at the time, Linda Sanchez, and Adam Schiff, as well as a number of others who are no longer in Congress. The confusion didn't work. What was the result of that competing measure? It was defeated by almost an exact mirror image by which Proposition 20 passed. It was defeated with 60% saying no. So now comes a convenient opportunity, very convenient opportunity. Governor Newsom wants 5 more Democratic congressional seats, and Democrats see an opportunity for California taxpayers to pay for what they could not get with Proposition 27 in 2010. It has, after all, been reported that the DCC has been involved with the current effort. $250 million, or whatever the amount is, to fund this partisan effort to thwart the will of the voters is absolutely unacceptable. Members, just history, not misdirection. Those are just the facts, ma'am. I urge a no vote.